this book is so hot.
Your eyes all night under the covers.
Good morning and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Marijn. I live in a small Dutch town and I love to read and do hobby creative stuff. I'm really excited for today because it's Friday and Friday is almost always my day off currently. So I have a full day of no plans ahead. I have nothing planned for today, but I am hoping to do some hobby-ish stuff, maybe journal, read a lot, and also tidy the house up a bit because it's been messy. So this morning I watered the plants, tidied up downstairs, and when that's done I have a full day ahead of doing whatever I want, basically. Normally Wes, my boyfriend, he's home at Fridays. He works from home on that specific day, but today he has a day off and he is getting his chest tattooed, so I'm really excited for that. He is gone the entire day, so I figured let's do a fun day for myself where I do whatever I want. And that started with tidying up because that gives me rest. And for the rest of the day, I might go on a little bike ride in the area because I only live here for almost 3 months now and I've been wanting to take a bike ride ever since. It's not the greatest weather today. It's very gray outside, but it's supposed to not be raining until 3 p.m. So I figured I should be okay going out for a bike ride. I want to go over to a town nearby where there is also a small bookstore because in our town there is no bookstore. So I might take a peek at the bookstore and grab a coffee, cycle back, and then basically do journal for the rest of the day, read, maybe game a little bit. Yeah, sounds like a great plan. But before I start that, my home office slash library is a mess. So I'm going to start tidying that up first. And then I'll get dressed and go for my bike ride. Ooh, I need to charge my electric bike, so I'll do that first. Just as I stopped vlogging, it started raining. Great. No, but I'm going to tidy up first and then after that we'll see. We'll see what the plan is. Otherwise I just have plenty more time to read and journal and everything else. So we're good either way, but I'll start tidying up my home office first because this is insane. Look, there's stuff everywhere. Yeah, I totally need to tidy this up.
All night under the covers. Your place.
Okay, that's a lot better. I'm getting ready to leave, but the book I'm currently reading is The Charlie Method. I started this yesterday. I'm at page 90 now, chapter 10. And I do really like it so far. I also have it on my Kobo e-reader, so I'm going to take that one with me so that I can read when I have a coffee stop along the way. That's just more convenient, but I am going to take it with me. By the way, did I ever show you this teeny tiny cutesy Stanley bottle? Absolutely love it. I am going to take it with me right now. There's not, like, you can't take a lot of drink water with you in this bottle. It's only like 300 milliliters, but I love it because I have my, ooh, what are these called? Tumblers? Yeah, I have my tumblers from Stanley. 900 milliliters, I think 20 OZ. And I love these, but they're too heavy to take with me in my backpack on bike rides like this. Or sometimes when I go with the train, I just want a small bottle for whenever I'm thirsty. But I don't need a lot of drinks, don't need a lot of water with me, and this is just perfect. And I noticed there are a lot of water taps along the bike route that I want to take today, so if I finish this for some reason, I do still have an opportunity to get more water, so this is perfect. It's so cute, and it can also hold warm drinks, which the tumblers can't, so this is also for tea and coffee. It's perfect. I absolutely adore it. Bike's ready, so let's go.
No one has to know. Keep it on the low. Round and round we go.
I'm way too early at the ferry stop. I have to take a ferry. but that's okay. I have to wait for another 14 minutes. I'd rather be early than too late. I've never taken this ferry before and I love ferries for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I'm really excited to take the ferry across the water. It's kind of weird, but I love it. Okay, bad news. I figured out I looked at the wrong timetable. I looked at a timetable for the other side of the water, across the water. So that means I just missed it by 5 minutes and I now have to wait for another 25 minutes. That's great. Luckily I have my e-reader, so I'm just going to read for a bit. I have water, I have a few snacks, so I'm good. But just not what I hoped for. But you know what, I guess that's also the small town life. These things, like ferries, don't go very often. It is what it is.
Falling for you, feeling your skin. The night's getting colder.
Hey there, let's go to the bookstore first.
Falling, holding, it's getting better. No one has to know. We'll keep it on the low. Round and round we go. Falling for you.
I'm back home and the way back it was the worst. It wasn't even funny. The winds were so incredibly strong and I knew I would have them, like really strong crosswinds on the way back, but I figured, you know what, I have an electrical bike, I can do full electric support and it will be fine. And it wasn't. Even with full support I still cycled so slow. It was insane, and especially the wind like was really loud, so my ears, it wasn't fun, let's just say that. Definitely a miscalculation on my part. Next time I'll definitely do the route like the other way around, so I have wind in my back and I can cycle faster on the way back. But I think the winds got even stronger when I was gone, because this morning it wasn't as bad. So yeah, miscalculation on my part, but I did have a fun little trip. It's now 1 p.m. I have a bagel in the oven. I got some cream cheese. I'm going to get some lunch, and then we have plenty of time to do some journaling, I think, and more reading. Bagel and watching YouTube videos. Time to do some reading. I got myself a drink, lemonade mixed with tonic in this cute Starbucks mug that changes color when it gets cold. I don't think that I should be putting carbonated drinks in these cups, but I do it anyway. So I have this and it's time to do some more reading, and I just find out that I made it pretty far, because I was at chapter 10 when I left at page 90, and during my coffee break and while waiting for the ferry I read 10 more chapters, so I'm at page 166 now, and I didn't even spend that much time reading, so it's an easy read. And a tiny update, I really like it so far. I like the main characters, I really like the female main character and the 2 male main characters, and I also really like the tension in this book. I know that the Goodreads rating is less than the first 2 in the book, in the series. I think this one only got a 3.4 or something like that, 3.5 rating, but I kind of like it so far, so we're gonna see if I still think that at the end of the book, but I'm enjoying it. I really like it. Yeah. Bicycle, bicycle. Ever since my bicycle ride, that is in my head. This book is so hot.
These days are running.
I am halfway through the Charlie method, almost halfway through, almost at 50%, but I wanted to do something else. First I took a shower, and now I'm going to journal for a bit because I'm way behind. I've been saying that a lot when it comes to journaling, because ever since this year started and we got the keys to our house and we started the renovation, I've been behind on journaling. For example, I have my Q1 recap, then April and pictures, and then nothing ever since. So this is the only thing I did for April. Not that it matters, I don't need to do like a lot of spreads every month, but I do want to do some more. So I'm definitely going to add the books I read in April, the books I read in May, and I don't know what else. Maybe just add a diary entry or something. I think I'm gonna scroll through my camera roll on my phone and look back at all the stuff that I've done over the last 2 months, and then maybe highlight something else. Oh, I could do something for the last 2 concerts I've been through, because with my Q1 recap, I did concerts of Q1, which were Gracie Abrams and Sabrina Carpenter. But I've also had 2 concerts in Q2 already, and I won't be going to any more concert this quarter. So I could already do a page for those concerts, which were Tate McRae and Dua Lipa this week. Yeah, so I could do something for that. I don't know. I'll just see whatever I want to do. I could also just paint in my journal. We'll see. I don't know. We'll just see what I end up creating. But I just want to journal for a bit without having to do certain spreads. I decided to first update all of my yearly book pages, so book of the year, bracket, and monthly book tracker, A to Z book challenge, and physical TBR tracker, which is always a little bit of a guess. The book bingo, I have a live bingo, series tracker, and then my live bingo is very much due for an update. So let's start by updating those pages.
Sunsets and shores far from home, headlights are shining on the sea. No place on earth I'd rather be. And I could try to just follow the swell, but I'll never find this anywhere else. To all those places on the wall, when none come close to this, I'm sure. You could try to say the sunrise the same, but tell me, have you ever danced in the rain? And I could try to just follow the swell.
It's already hours later, but I had a lot of fun journaling. It didn't make a lot, but I did make an April Reads spread, where I do have to up my ratings, by the way. And then I used my watercolors to paint this will shark, something like that. And it had to dry, and it created some sort of puddles with the paper, so it's not as pretty of a gradient as I hoped, but I still think it's very cool. And I want to add like loads of white dots so that it's an actual, well, not an actual, but it looks more like a whale shark. Is that the correct name? I think it is. It might be. So really happy with that. It did bleed through the paper, but not onto this paper, so I'm not mad about it. I'll just stick a little paper to this page so you won't see it. But I think it's pretty cool. I really like this. I might pick up painting and watercoloring in my journal more often, because it's so cool and personal. So I did make that, and then I spent hours creating more bookmarks, because I don't think I've mentioned this in my vlogs before, but I did once show you how I made bookmarks when I did it for the first time, but then I used Etsy printables that I bought. And then after that, I decided to create my own printables because I really liked to design them. So I just created 2 designs today. Yeah, these two. So this is one design, front and back, or front and back, and then one with smileys, and it's adorable. I really like these. So I printed them on photo paper and then printed out some more designs that I created earlier. Not happy with this one yet, but this one is really cool. Wear the hat, ride the cowboy, and then a cowboy hat that I drew myself, and then some other designs that I also created earlier, and just a checkered purple pink flag. So these are all going to be bookmarks. I have to cut these out and then laminate them with laminating sheets, and then I have bookmarks. I have 10 bookmarks myself of my own designs, so let's show them. These are almost all of my bookmarks. I have a few downstairs, but I have a Taylor Swift themed one with He Was Sunshine, I Was Midnight Rain, and then a different bag. I have one for Chestnut Springs, See You in Chestnut Springs, with cowboy boots that I drew myself. Another checkered flag one in orange, All I Need Are Bows and Books, one with pink bows on a black background. Oh, this one is really cute, a range. Drew this myself. And then on the gate it says Welcome to Wishing Well Range, which is the range in the Rebel Blue series. Is that correct? Yeah, by Lila Sage. And on the back it says Welcome to Wishing Well Range as well. And more cowboy. I started off making only cowboy romances, so cowboy print, and then Born to be Miss Eaton, Forced to Live in a Non-Fictional World. What does it say? Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. And then more bows with All I Need Are Books and Bows. So that are all the designs that I created until now. Or not even all the designs, but all the ones that I created and printed. But now I have a few more to print out and laminate in the next coming days, weeks, whatever, when I want to do it. But I really like doing this, and I sell the designs on my Etsy. So if you want any of these designs, I sell the printables, so you can buy them, download them, print them, and then laminate them yourself, for example, or print them on really thick paper. I also did that with this design. It's really thick, but I prefer the laminated ones. So I don't do this for myself anymore, so I laminate all of them. But you can print them out on really thick paper or laminate it, whatever works for you. Yeah, I'll just leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. But I really like to create them for myself as well. So I do have them on my Etsy, but I mostly create them for myself as a hobby. I just love doing this.